Hey guys, this is Tyler here, coming to you from the Heartland here in the U.S. And briefly, I want to just tell everyone here why I recommend younger guys look at trade fields if they're in the U.S. Okay, I've spoken about this before on my channel, and this message remains the same. Being up here in the upper north of the U.S., I see the same issues consistently that I would see when I was also down south. And what you're seeing now, I mean, this is such a bad time for the U.S. economy in so many ways. But what a lot of these guys are doing is they're either pursuing what would be a more traditional path like myself, or they're not. They're doing like kind of these dead end hourly paid jobs. And it's not going to set you up for a good life. Now, firstly, what I always recommend if you can is live abroad. If you can get a second passport and you can live better, move out of the country. If you like that. Now, I'm not going to lie. I mean, some people still prefer living in the U.S. They want to have a life here. They have family, friends, etc. But if that is the path someone's going to do here, unless you're going into a very professional sector like medicine, specific area of engineering, or anything that has really good outcomes when you get out of school, I would just look at going to like a trade school, skill trade program, and like whether it be HVAC, electrician, truck driving, anything of this nature. It's the potential is so much bigger and better, and you have to look at what your hourly pay is going to be in these other fields. In these other fields, you're not going to be making a livable wage, and certainly not if you want to have like a good life. You're not going to have that good life. You're going to be living like paycheck to paycheck. You may not even be able to live on your own, or you may still have to live with your parents. And I understand some guys, they don't want to pursue this path. They just want to do something in an office, more professional. Now, here's one thing to remember: if you go this path, you could potentially only have to work a few years, save a lot of money, and then venture into something more of your taste, or start some kind of business, invest in real estate, stock market, etc. It would give you a huge jump start. There's other ways that you can maneuver here, and trust me, you're not going to like really be able to get far ahead if you're like working these retail or whatever it might be, any lower paying service job. It's not really going to put you in the driver's seat in that sense. And that's why, yes, if I went back in time many years ago, I probably would have become an electrician. Most definitely. I wouldn't have taken the path I did. There were a couple big benefits in my case, like the language acquisition skills, learning Spanish and Russian, understanding kind of sales and how to position a product, like when you're an entrepreneur and you have to pitch your product, things like that. But even that was more like self-taught. Much of what I wasted many years in school doing had very little impact and relevance in at this point. And like I said, having been around a bunch of homeless dudes, I see the same trend over and over. And also note this: I see guys, with all due respect, they are not smart at all. I mean, guys basically that have autism, and these guys can't even do like the skill trades. Most definitely not, or even basic trades they can't do. So if you have, you're a little smarter. When you look at what like an electrician does, it's pretty skilled work. This is not an area for dummies. I always tell people I know more smarter electricians than car salesmen, hand over fist. That's been my experience. But I see so many guys in these places, these shelters, and they are all stuck in these really crappy dead end jobs. And it's unfortunate across America right now in all these cities, larger, medium sized cities like where I am, it's the same issue over and over. In that small class of professional jobs that exist, they ain't giving it to you as a white dude, straight white guy. They're going to be giving it to the Asian woman, the black woman, the lesbian, etc. It's just facts how it is, and that's just how the world that I should say the US that we're living in right now. And also note this is that those handy skills that you learn, there's big YouTubers in places like Russia and Belarus. Those skills are very practical if you go to countries where they're not as service sector oriented like the US, and you could potentially use those skills and they would come to great use. And there's a lot of practicality in that sense here. But the biggest message here is be very wary if you're looking at that college path, that traditional college path, because it can be just a huge waste of money, time, and effort. So thank you guys, and over now.